All right, so today we'll be showcasing our birria mac and cheese that we have for our food and wine offering. This one we have our birria mac and cheese with our birria on top. The cheese or the macaroni is tossed with like a birria cheese sauce. So they take like the consomme and the flavorings from there, they mix it in with the cheese sauce, and they make the wonderful sauce that goes on the noodles. Right on top of that is going to be our guacamole sauce, and then we have a little bit of corn tortilla crunchies on top of it. So we take the tortilla and then we crisp it up and then put it right on top. Texture is one of those things that I love. So something for this one, I need to have that crunch with the nice silkiness and smoothness of the pasta as well. So this one, we have our water going right here. Thank you. We're gonna make sure our water is nice and salted. And then I put our noodles in for 7 minutes. Thank you. And that also depends on the size of the noodle. These ones are nice and small. Of course, if we had something that was a little bit bigger, they might take a little bit. So these ones we're gonna go probably like 5.5, 6 minutes, while this one will take about 7. And so this one we're gonna make our salsa while they're getting the blender ready. This one, yes, the chef's knife, this is the only one I had, is very large, but it does the job well. All right, we're gonna start with onion. This one, we're gonna just cut it just big enough so the blender can sort of take it. If it's too big, it'll just sort of sit on top of the blade as it's turning. We're gonna get some lime. Make sure we put fresh lime in there. Here we have some avocado pulp. So this one we took avocados, just made sure we blended them up with a little bit of seasonings, got some salt, pepper, a little bit of lime juice in here too, so it keeps its color. Throw that right in. And then cilantro. This one, the cilantro, I like to use the stems in the cilantro because it actually has a lot of flavor in the stems instead of, discarding them. This one, I don't really like to chop them up too much either because it bruises. So this one, if they're nice and big, I'll just cut them up. Make sure that they're not too long because they'll actually get torn up into the blade. Throw it right in. And of course, a little bit of salt. And some oil. Avocado is one of those ingredients I don't want to do too much to. I love the flavor of avocados. I love the texture of avocado. All that healthy fats that are in there. So just minimal seasonings. We're gonna throw that in there. And then we're gonna go not too fast and not too long. So anytime that you have any kind of herbs in a blender, or something like avocado that will oxidize really fast, the longer that you actually blend it, the heat of the blade will cook it inside. So it'll start turning brown, or the herbs will start turning black. So we got that. Make sure that you come over and shake the noodles a little bit. All the starches and everything in the noodles, if you just leave it in one place, it'll all seize together, then you'll have like one clump of pasta and it won't cook thoroughly all the way through or evenly all the way through. So we have that one. And then this is that birria cheese sauce that I was talking about. All right, put a little oil. We're gonna let that warm up a bit. While these are going, any questions about the dish so far? No, we're all good? Okay. Yo, you had it already? Nice. Anybody else try it already?
That's good.
Any feedback? I love feedback.
It's good.
No, good? All right.
Great.
I like the crunchies.
You like the crunchies? Me too. Like when we're going through these, like with me and my chef team, flavor, of course, most important. Story, really important, but me is the difference between textures and temperatures. I love things that are warm with something cold on it. I love things that are soft with something crunchy in it. It really plays to all your senses. So this one, this one I didn't come up with. This one was done by another team. Birria is one of those things in the park everybody knows. You go to Cocina, you get your birria tacos, and you see it everywhere. So they started playing with the birria and seeing how they can use it in other aspects. You know, before coming to Disney, I went, I saw how they made it, and oh my god, the process that they do, they actually cook overnight. People would come into the kitchen that I was working at like 11 o'clock at night, and they wouldn't be done until like 4 or 5 in the morning. They really take the time and effort to make sure that it's authentic, that consomme that they have is really flavorful, and it was really surprising to me the first time that I saw it happen. So this one, what I like to do when I put in the noodles to any kind of cheese sauce is I like to make sure that it stays a little runny. And the noodles are going to soak up all of that cheese, so then if you have just the right amount by the time you plate it, it's actually going to look sort of dry. So this one, a little bit runny, and then we are going to plate. So here we're going to take our mac and cheese, let it warm up a little bit more. That right on top. We're going to get our wonderful birria, put that right in the center. I like to make sure I go from the bottom and get all those juices that come in and bring it back into the meat. It's going to go into the pasta, and then just when you mix it all together, just have all that wonderful flavor that's in there. Well, the wind didn't start until right now, until we were starting cooking, so I apologize for that one. This one we're going to take our, oh, that's not it. We're going to take our wonderful avocado salsa, put it right on top, and then finish off with those crunchies that I was talking about. There you go. And there you have it, our Birria mac and cheese. Thank you. And then if you go right over here, they'll have the place where you can punch your card.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.